Harry Potter. Ah. Ok, vamos a ver qué nos depara el destino. Ah, me encanta la introducción del juego, no les voy a mentir, me encanta. Ok. Ah, ok, sí. Aviso innecesario, vale decir, pero bueno. Nace de un huevo de gallo que es incubado bajo un sapo. ¿Cómo un sapo incuba un huevo? Dudas existenciales, ustedes ya saben. Muy bien. 52 días ya. Ok. Ok, muy bien. Estamos ya acá. Vamos a rellenar ciertas cosas primero. Y ya luego... Bueno. Bien. Ok. Estantes dobles. Claro. Ok. Tenemos para retirar, creo. Estudios mágicos. No. Estudios mágicos acá. Ok, sí, tenemos para retirar. Está bien. Vamos a hacer estudio básico a ver qué sale. Porque lo más seguro es que salgan cosas relativamente normales. O sí. Salió Grub. Después las demás. Todo bien, ok. Está bien. Nos queda una. Que vamos a hacer el retiro. Ok. Bueno, tenemos 6. Estudio avanzado. Vale, sí se pueden comprar llaves, pero aquí. Ah. Esto ya quedó acá y bueno. Vamos a continuar con esta. Y ya después seguimos con la que sigue. Que vienen todo el día. Fox me esta mañana. Qué raro. Explora Hostmate. Oh my goodness. ¿Qué pasará? Ok. Hola también. Saludar. Qué raro. Aunque no me sorprende que sea esta. Ah, está Kevin. Olis.
Huh? Uh-oh.
Ay, no.
Ah.
¿Por qué esta me está espiando? No entiendo. Mejor hacer el acceso rápido así y ya está.
Aw.
Y ahí quedó. Realmente la completé. ¿Pues sí? Ok, qué corta. Muy bien, continuemos con esto. Ay, los hermanos.
Huh? It's not dead. It's just not thriving. Anyway, I'm trying to revive it. Who knows? Maybe herbology is my calling. I'm going to ask Professor Longbottom for advice after class. Aw. Ah. Huh. Uh-oh. Looks like Professor Longbottom might have something else for you to worry about, Kevin.
Oh!
Huh?
Oh!
Oh, I'll help. Oh, I was hoping you'd start with something less toothy.
Oh! Ah!
Ok, vámonos.
was a lot harder than I thought it would be. But it was also sort of fun.
Oh. Ah. Oh. Haha.
Solo saqué unos dientes. No es para tanto, Neville.
Thanks, Professor. Actually, I was wondering, could you take a look at my plant? I've been trying to revive it, but it...
Ah.
I don't know. I got it from that new plant shop in Hogsmeade. The owner said
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Great! Thanks, Professor.
Ah.
Me mata el sonido de las plantas. Increíble. Ah. ¿Ya está disponible qué cosa? Venga, ¿qué cosa? Ah. Ok, sí. Se desbloquean a medida que vas avanzando en las historias. Ok, está bien. Listo. Pasa que justo pensé que ya está disponible y no lo llegué a ver. Ok. Hola. ¿Dónde estoy?
What happened?
That, I was hoping, is something you could tell me.
Professor McGonagall? What's going on?
You don't know? A professor and a student are practically petrified, and the witch who was supposed to be helping has gone missing.
What are you talking about? How did I even get here?
Oh, dear. Are you telling me you have no recollection of this evening's events?
No, not a one. Wait, why am I here?
I'm afraid you were found in the corridor, standing over your classmate, clearly befuddled.
I don't remember any of that. Can't you take my memories to the pensive?
At the moment, it seems you have no memories to retrieve. I understand this is difficult, but please.
All I see are images, like snapshots of moments in time.
That's as good a place to start as any. Tell me about one of them.
There's an odd-looking witch. She's got something to do with plants, I think.
Ah, that would be Miss Cole. She came to us from St. Mungo's, intent on helping find an antidote to the so-called mysterious malady.
Oh, that I remember. Kevin told me about it. Wizards are falling asleep. No one knows why, and no one can wake them up.
Precisely. The ministry sent Miss Cole to work with our professors, and then things went awry. Interesting that you can't recall her arrival. It was quite dramatic.
Oh, el herbólogo intruso. Tal vez los recuerdos no mienten, pero ¿dónde comenzar a buscar la verdad si no recuerdas nada de nada? Oh, This is so good. Memoria. Ah, amigo. Ok, a ver. Ok, a ver. Esto se está poniendo bueno.
You do know that plant is dead, right? It's not dead, it's just not thriving. And it's much better than it was. If you say so. I hope you're not considering a career as a healer. Ha ha, very funny.
May I have your attention, please? I would like to introduce a special guest. It appears she has not yet arrived, but no matter. Miss Astrid Cole, a former student and current healer at St. Mungo's, will be joining us to help some of your professors devise an antidote for the mysterious malady you have no doubt heard about. Now,
Ah, mierda.
How could you let my boy get mauled by a fanged geranium? You should be ashamed of yourself. How you're still allowed to teach is beyond me. Beheading that vile snake does not make you the chief warlock in charge.
And it wasn't even Professor Longbottom's fault. If Fisher had been paying attention,
Interesting plant you have there.
Oh, I remember that. She creeped me out.
do you recall what happened next?
No, I mean, I see flashes of memories, but they're all mixed up.
As long as something is in that head of yours, we may be able to retrieve it. It's a mild memory potion.
Ugh, that tastes awful. I think you forgot the peppermint.
Thank you for that assessment. I'll be sure to inform Professor Slughorn. Now, tell me, what do you remember?
Okay, things are becoming clear now. Let's see.
Ok. El cierre del invernadero, Longbottom en la enfermería y la obsesión de Cassandra. Vale decir, la cara de esa chica da miedo. ¿Con cuál vamos? ¿Con cuál vamos de los cuatro? ¿Habrá un orden? Eso es lo que no sé. Yo creo que no, ¿no? Bueno, me intriga este de Longbottom en la enfermería. Vamos allá, a ver, ¿qué onda? Fuiste a visitar... No, Astrid ya estaba allí, también estaba de visita, aunque actuaba algo muy extraño. Porque...
Is it dead yet?
Ay, bueno.
Excuse me?
That sickly plant of yours. Is it dead? Or improving?
Oh, improving, I think.
Curious. Well then,
Qué rara que es.
She's been to visit him every day. Just stares. Never says a word. Maybe she's not sure what to say. Or maybe she's just a weirdo. Madame Pomfrey says she's always been that way. Always? Since she was a student. Apparently, she wasn't very sociable. No friends, not even in her own house. That is surprising. It's suspicious. Although, for some reason, the matron is still quite fond of her. She helped collect herbs and administer potions to sick students, even during the Battle of Hogwarts. Really? Wow, that's commendable. It's dangerous is what it is, letting someone like that tend to the sick. Who knows what's going on in her head? What was that? Not what, who. Astrid, lingering outside, eavesdropping on our conversation. I told you, she's not to be trusted. If I heard someone talking about me the way you were just talking about her, I'd stay outside too. I only speak the truth. Based on what? You don't know her. And you do?
Ok. Pobre profesor.
Oh, right. Cassandra really didn't like Astrid. I can't believe I forgot that.
Well, it would seem that particular piece of information is no longer forgotten. What else can you recall?
Ok, parece que no afecta el orden. Así que vámonos con el cierre del invernadero.
I was late for herbology, but when I got to the greenhouse, something was wrong. What's going on? Something's happened in the greenhouse, obviously. That much I figured out. Thanks. What's he doing here? Mr. Thorne? They must be consulting with him. He does know absolutely everything about plants. It's her you should be wondering about. Who? Miss Cole? Yes. Just look at her, lurking in the shadows. I don't think she's lurking.
May I have your attention, please? It pains me to tell you this, but Professor Longbottom has been found in this very greenhouse, asleep and unawakenable. While it was once unthinkable, it appears the so-called mysterious malady has made its way to Hogwarts.
I, for one, am here to help in any way I can, Minerva. Just name it.
I appreciate that, Hubert. Now, as it appears the Ministry is correct in their belief that plants are the cause of this sinister sleeping sickness, this greenhouse will be off-limits to students until further notice. Mr. Filch, if you please.
everyone thinks plants are to blame. Idiots.
That's right. Astrid said people were idiots to think plants were to blame. I remember that now.
In my experience, those at fault are those who flee, and Miss Cole is nowhere to be found. Can you recall anything else?
Ok, vámonos con la obsesión de Cassandra. ¡Ay, Dios! ¡Qué interesante que se está poniendo esto! Antes que nada, quiero... Tareas. Muy bien.
This is going to be the best lesson. Mr. Thorne is a proper genius when it comes to herbology. We're lucky to have him. I thought you liked Professor Longbottom. I do, but, well, he doesn't own a plant shop, does he? Ah.
Thank you, Professor Sprout. Sprout and Thorn. We make quite the pair, don't we? Clearly, we were born to be herbologists. Ah, yes. I see quite a few familiar faces. Happy customers, no doubt. For those who don't know, I own a shop in Hogsmeade called Bewildering Blooms. Plants are my passion, particularly those of a magical nature. This, for example, is a thorn original. I call it a bloom for you. As the name suggests, it blooms only for one. Please, everyone, take a closer look.
It didn't work.
Sorry, my dear. This one's mine. There. You see? My handsome face has finally awoken her beauty. I've sold hundreds to some rather famous wizards, too. And, no, Miss Fall, I'm not going to tell you how I did it. That's my little secret. Now, I believe your professor was teaching you about some of the more unpredictable plants, like the Chinese chomping cabbage. This one does have a bad attitude, but remains a vital ingredient in potions, such as Skelliggrow. Definitely worth getting to know. Shall we?
A ver. ¿Qué tenemos que hacer? O sea, estudiar es sinónimo de pelear. Claro.
Standard Book of Spells. Antipodean Opaline. Antipodean Opaline. Three-headed door. Semiomus.
Ay, qué fácil, ¿eh? Qué fácil, en serio.
Ugh, it's her again. What's she doing here?
Hello. Can I help you with something?
No, definitely not.
Well, that was rather rude. All right, then. Back to your plants, everyone.
Huh? She is different, but is that a bad thing? Yes! For once, I agree with Daniel. She's trouble. Just yesterday, I saw her at Mr. Thorne's shop, snooping about. Or maybe she was just shopping? Spying, more likely. I don't trust her. I remember that. I wanted to stick up for Astrid, but I didn't. I don't know if I was starting to think she was guilty or if I was just afraid.
I hope the next memory is better.
El laboratorio. Oh. Ok. Esto se va a poner bueno.
I decided to talk to her to Sarah was right. Gossamer said she spent a lot of time in the dungeons. Professor Longbottom, this doesn't look good.
She attacked you?
Yes, well, no. I don't think she meant to hurt me.
I doubt a trained herbologist would be so cavalier with a dangerous plant such as a mandrake.
Maybe, but I think it was an accident. In fact, I remember what happened after I woke up.
¿Hay un recuerdo más?
You're awake? Good. I trust you can stand.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry about the mandrake. They're just at that age. Too young to cause any lasting damage. Probably.
You're, Miss Cole, right?
Call me Astrid. I'm not one of your professors.
Right. Astrid, okay. So, what is this place?
Temporary laboratory for growing potential antidote ingredients, which I was promised would be safe from nosy students.
I didn't mean to intrude. Perhaps I should be going.
No. Stay. Might as well now that you have caught me.
You poisoned the professor?
No, of course not. What I meant was that you caught me playing detective. Father was a criminal investigator. He made boards just like this one to help him sort through clues and suspects. I call it my thinking board, because it helps me think. You're confused. I'm not surprised. I have that effect on people.
Sorry, I thought you were here to brew an antidote for the malady.
I am, but to do so I need to understand what I'm up against. There's more to this mysterious malady than meets the eye.
It's not just a poisonous plant?
Ha! You sound like my colleagues in the ministry. Always eager to blame what they don't understand. Just because something is dark and scary doesn't mean it's evil. Take this mandrake, for example. Dangerous, yes, but also an essential part of many antidotes.
I can certainly attest to the dangerous part.
Yes, I know I'm different. I've seen the looks. They've followed me most of my life. Trust is much easier to come by when one is handsome, outgoing, normal. Like your fill-in professor, for example.
Do you mean Mr. Thorne?
Yes. He arrived moments before your professor fell ill, and no one has looked twice at him.
Well, he is well respected and quite friendly. Oh, I see your point.
Indeed. Neville understood. We shared more than just a passion for plants. He also knew what it meant to be underestimated. I can't let him down. I must solve this mystery. It's his way. He can't help but be helpful.
Right then, I'll help you.
Ok.
You agreed to help her?
I did, because of Professor Longbottom. He's been so kind to me. I had to help.
I applaud your allegiance, but to offer aid so easily.
It was more than that. I don't know why, but... I'm sorry. I guess I'm not being very helpful.
On the contrary, this conversation has been very illuminating, but perhaps it's time I shared something with you. I found this in Miss Cole's lab, pinned to her, what did you call it?
Her thinking board. This photo was in the center of it.
I see. And what about this one?
Cassandra? No, I didn't see this one. Why is there a line through it? Nothing's happened to her. Wait. Oh no! Cassandra!
Oh my goodness. Mientras Cassandra. Okay.
I can't believe it. Cassandra, infected with the malady, just like the professor.
Yes, but unlike Professor Longbottom, this time someone was there to see it happen. You were there.
No, but the memory's still not clear. I remember walking down a corridor, talking to someone, and then we found Cassandra. That's it. If I could just remember who I was talking to.
I believe I can help with that.
¿Dónde estás, Cassandra? Ah, ahí.
Gossamer, you were the one I was talking to?
It was Gossamer who alerted me to your unfortunate condition. By the time we found you, you'd wandered back to the greenhouses and were trying to chat up a Mimbulus Mimbletonia.
Oh, sorry.
No need to apologize. Now, if you wouldn't mind, Gossamer, please tell us what happened.
Astrid, what did you do to Cassandra? But Astrid can't have done it. Did she ever come back, Gossamer?
Thank you, Gossamer. You may go.
Cassandra es tan lindo. Creo que es uno de mis personajes favoritos, sin duda.
It just doesn't make sense. There must be something I'm forgetting.
And you have Miss Cole to thank for that. Clearly, she doesn't want you to remember.
But she was trying to help.
All evidence points to Miss Cole, does it not? Her curious wanderings, the secretive lab, the photographs, and then there's the matter of the plant she took.
The one Cassandra was holding? Why would she take that?
I don't know. What I do know is that plant wasn't Miss Vole's. It was meant for me.
I don't understand.
It was one of those bloom-for-you plants that Mr. Thorne has been selling. He was hoping to get my recommendation, but the flower failed to bloom. Miss Vole...
And Astrid took it. It must mean something.
Perhaps. What do you know about Mr. Thorne's creations?
Not much, except that Cassandra was obsessed with them.
Ok, a ver qué pasa. Ay, ya. Bien, desbloqueamos otra historia. Ah, me sigue, ok. Qué lento que camina, Daniel. Es muy lento.
I don't see what the problem is. I've got the money. Name your price.
While I would happily take your galleons, my dear, I'm afraid crafting a bloom for you takes time. Plus, there's a waiting list, you see.
A waiting list? Do you know who I am? When my father hears about this...
Ay, ese fue el diálogo de Draco. My father will hear about this.
I'll be right with you in a moment. In the meantime, be sure to check out our wide selection of seeds, fertilizer, and planting benches. My assistant can help you.
Ah, ¿por qué me subí a la mesa, no?
I see you're interested in starting a garden. Marvelous.
Maybe. I have had...
Ah, of course, you're the young student who rescued one of my ailing pufferpod plants. Tell me, how is it doing? Thriving, I hope?
Better than expected, actually. I don't suppose you have any suggestions for how to, slow the growing process?
Well, you always could try a little aggressive pruning.
Thanks, Mr. Thorne. And sorry about Cassandra. She can be rather intense when she's obsessed with something.
Obsessed? Really? Brilliant. She said that.
She did. Cassandra's really into herbology. I'm pretty sure she'd do anything to get her hands on one of those bloom for you plants.
I may have misjudged Miss Vole.
Cassandra seems happy. I guess she finally got what she wanted. Don't be so pessimistic, Daniel. I'm just happy to be outside. I wonder what Mr. Thorne has in store for us today.
Good afternoon! Today we'll be collecting plant samples as part of the effort to find a cure for the so-called mysterious malady. The very same ailment that has befallen our beloved Professor Longbottom.
Habla con... Ah, lol. No me di cuenta que era Hagrid. La vi venir.
Mr. Hagrid has agreed to act as our guide as we descend into the darkest depths of the Forbidden Forest in search of our curious quarry.
Bueno, la cabeza de Kevin nos tapa, pero bueno, no importa.
Yes, a mite too dangerous. Perhaps a nearby clearing then, if it's not too much trouble. Excellent. All right, everyone. Gather your things. Don't forget your dragon hide gloves. And be careful where you step.
Ahora tenemos que hablar con los
What do you think you're doing?
Teaching? Is that not obvious?
Seems rather upset, doesn't she? I wonder what's wrong.
Clearly, she's jealous that Mr. Thorne is actually doing something.
Bobblehead charms? My goodness, whatever for?
Fine, do what you want, but when more victims end up in the hospital, don't say you weren't warned.
Astrid was very upset, but I don't think it had anything to do with being jealous of Mr. Thorne. I think she was worried about us.
How so?
Well, she did warn that there could be more victims.
Are you sure that it was a warning? Or could it have been a threat?
If I could just talk to her.
An option she has sadly not given us. Perhaps it's time you accept that Ms. Cole is not who you think she is. That's enough for one night. We'll revisit this tomorrow. Hopefully a bit of rest will help restore your memory.
Yes, headmistress.
Ok, vámonos a la enfermería. Con Colby, de vuelta. Ok.
Hello, Kobe. How's Cassandra doing? Sorry, she didn't deserve this. I just wish I knew what happened. I don't suppose you know anything about the plant she had with her, do you? It was one of Mr. Thorne's bloom for you flowers. It's all right. I know it was supposed to be for the headmistress, but it didn't work. Cassandra was returning it to... Wait! She didn't have anything to do with it not working, did she?
It's not complicated. Mr. Thorne needs a hair to make his bloom for you flowers work. That's how it knows who to bloom for. He asked me to get one of McGonagall's, but I'm going to give him some of my hair. He won't know the difference. Ugh, you two can be so dense. The flower won't bloom for the headmistress. It'll only bloom for me.
Astrid, where have you been?
How could I have missed it? It was so obvious.
What do you mean? What did you miss?
Miss Vaughn was a mistake.
Colby, wait! Hey, what are you doing?
No more games. You're coming with me.
Wow, esto se está poniendo... Realmente este se encuentra ahora todavía más secretos. Hay más cosas. Plantas contra... El último capítulo. Ok, vamos a ver qué onda.
What's the matter? Kneasel got your tongue? Right. Silencing charm. Just a precaution. I couldn't have you interrogating me in the corridor. I wanted to get here unnoticed.
What do you mean interrogating you?
See? Always with the questions.
Of course I have questions. You sneak around, do Merlin knows what to Cassandra, steal her plant, and then disappear. And you cursed me so I couldn't remember any of it.
Don't be daft. I obliviated you, not a curse. I had to figure things out, and I didn't need you talking to your friends. Or worse, McGonagall.
Well, I don't appreciate you messing with my memories.
Noted. What else did you want to know?
What did you do to Cassandra?
Nothing. I was trying to help her. You saw me.
What I saw was you standing over her, looking guilty with your wand out.
You've got it all wrong. I suspected those ridiculous bloom for you plants were dangerous. When I saw Cassandra with one, I tried to take it from her.
That couldn't have gone well.
It did not. She said it was hers. To prove it, she made it bloom. Cassandra was asleep before I could cast a spell to stop her. That's when you showed up.
Why did you take Cassandra's plant and run?
I told you. I needed time to sort things out. And as the plant was obviously dangerous, I didn't... Never mind.
Didn't what?
I couldn't risk you being infected too. I wanted to get it far away from everyone.
Professor McGonagall found your thinking board. The photos of Professor Longbottom and Cassandra had access through them. Why?
Creo que yo me estoy dando cuenta de todo.
I omitted them as suspects, so I crossed them out.
Suspects?
The Ministry was right about one thing. Plants are involved in the so-called mysterious malady, but someone is behind it, using...
So...
I started investigating people who know plants. It quickly became apparent that neither Longbottom nor Cassandra were the culprit. Not that I suspected Neville for a second.
What am I doing here? Kidnapping is a Ministry offense, you know.
This isn't a kidnapping. I need your help. I know this is confusing, but if we don't move quickly, someone else is going to end up in the hospital. Look. These are all victims that were discovered recently.
¿Esa no es Luna Lovegood? ¿O estoy loca? Seamus Finnegan, Molly Weasley, Ginny Weasley Potter, ¿en serio? ¿Ginny también? Sí, era Luna, la reconocí. Por los lentes la reconocí.
They've all received bloom for use. But the plant was so popular, Ministry investigators didn't think twice about it.
Mm-mm.
There's more. Look at the captions.
But why?
Don't know why, but I do know who. Look.
Mr. Thorne? But he's so nice. Why would he... Right, sorry. Don't judge a wizard by his big smile and fancy flower shop.
There's no one in his usually packed shop now. We should set off. Perfect time for an investigation.
What do you mean, we?
Ok. Lo supuse, o sea, porque todos se durmieron al tener la planta. Así que...
He's not here. Maybe we should come back later.
Don't be absurd. Mandrake, fully grown. They're deadly in battle. This one is still young, but it will knock out anyone in earshot.
Yes, I remember.
Right, that's what the earmuffs are for. Let's go. Look over there. I'll go that way.
Ah!
Los soniditos que hace mi personaje, ok. Bueno.
Find anything?
Well, a lot of hair, which is disgusting.
Right. The secret to the Bloom for You plants. What a narcissistic concept.
I also found a journal of recipes with pages torn out. He must have been experimenting with potions.
Poisons, not potions. He was looking for one that could be delivered by his novelty plants. Who do you suppose is next on his list?
Ah! Oh no! Mr. Thorne must know Cassandra tricked him by now. He's going after Professor McGonagall himself. We have to stop him.
The Three Broomsticks? Never heard of it. Do you know where it is?
You don't get out much, do you? Come on, I hope we're not too late.
Ay, no, tengo que correr hasta allá.
Madame Rosmerta said Professor McGonagall was here. Thorne, too. They left together. We just missed them.
That's good, right? They can't have gotten far.
Let's hope not. Come on.
What was that? We're too late.
Oh, I wasn't expecting company.
Back away from the headmistress, Thorne. I know what you're doing.
Of course you do. You've been onto my methods since that day in the forest. There must be a poison. Keep the students safe with bubblehead charms. And I must say, well done. Well done indeed. I knew you were close, but to connect moi so quickly to the malady has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? The mysterious malady.
Stop stalling. You're through.
Just giving credit where credit is due, my young friend. Now, while I hate to give up such a lucrative business, I'm afraid I must take my leave.
Ok. Yo iba a estar caminando al pedo.
They all think it's me, you know. That I did it, alone.
You? That's preposterous. You're nothing but a glorified matron. Unfortunate taste in clothes, I might add. Very disappointing. I've years of experience and you're just a student.
As someone obsessed with the Battle of Hogwarts, you should have learned to never underestimate a student.
You used the mandrake. Good.
Oh dear. You think you've won, don't you?
Obviously, you're the one who's tied up.
But it is I who have prevailed. Thanks to my ingenious plan, those responsible for defeating the Dark Lord will pay the price.
Ay, está con Voldemort. Bueno, Sí, o
Pretty
sea,
sure you'll be the one paying the price. Specifically, all the galleons you stand to lose, watching your life's work disappear.
You know nothing. A vault filled with gold, which I have, by the way, would not sway my hand. I will gladly pay any price, knowing the Dark Lord's enemies are lost in slumber. Forever, just as he was lost without form for 14 long years. I will be his vengeance, his greatest champion. I will be remembered forever.
14 años. Ah, y en la película pasaron 19 años, así que faltan unos años más todavía.
Wouldn't it have been easier to just, get rid of them?
My dear girl, where is the artistry in killing? But there's nothing you can do about it now. Only I know the antidote to my poison. Try as you might, you won't be able to crack it, Miss Cole.
You're wrong! Astrid is a genius!
I don't know about that, but I do know you shouldn't leave your notes lying about when you're trying to hatch an evil plan. I have everything I need to make the antidote and prove you are to blame, not the plants.
Lugar. Okay.
How's the antidote coming?
Slow. I've been at it all night. Reminds me of working with Madame Pomfrey when I was a student.
Cassandra mentioned that. What did you do?
At first, just collecting herbs and administering simple potions. But after the Battle of Hogwarts, the matron needed my help with everything. There were so many injuries and casualties.
That sounds awful.
You have no idea. That's when I began to appreciate how dangerous plants could be a force for good. And when I decided to become a healer.
Well, I'm glad you did. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here to fix everything.
Ah, there it is. Could you get my wand? It's by the roses.
Roses? Oh, I didn't know you like, you know.
Plants most people would call pretty.
Yeah, that.
Well, I do. They're for my mum.
Ouch!
Watch out for the thorns. Very deceptive plants, roses are. They're gorgeous, but dangerous in their own way.
I think they're amazing. Thorns and all. I'm sure your mum will love them.
Well, she's dead, so
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
obviously. How could you? Mum loved roses. So, on her birthday, I leave a bunch on her grave. I remember pricking my thumb on a rose thorn when I was small. She laughed and said it was a good life lesson.
A lesson?
Yes. She said, don't assume beautiful things can't hurt you. And then she explained how everything wonderful needs to be handled with care. Even magic.
I don't follow.
She worked for the Department of Magical Accidents and Catastrophes, so she saw what being careless with magic can do. That's what killed her. Trying to clean up a magical mess.
That must have been awful.
I was devastated. But Dad took it even harder. I've never seen someone miss another person so much. Anyway, that was a long time ago. May I have my wand?
Oh, right. Sorry.
All right, the antidote is ready.
Eh, ah, Robin, perdón.
Huh? Ugh.
Aw. Justo vi acá. Ay, no. Bueno.
Hello, Cassandra. How are you?
I heard you made the antidote. Is that true?
Yes, well, I helped. Astra did most of it.
I guess she isn't as incompetent as I thought she was. Ugh, how can he still be sleeping? After the matron gave him the antidote, he woke up, asked what happened, and fell straight back to sleep.
As you well know, Miss Vole, Thorn's poison did not induce a restful slumber. Quite the contrary.
Professor Longbottom also suffered the effects of the poison for much longer than you or Professor McGonagall. It's difficult to predict how long it will take for him to fully recover.
Miss Cole, I do believe I owe you an apology. Not only did you create the antidote, you identified the culprit. I cannot say that I agree with your methods, but the results speak for themselves. For that, I thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, I suggest we let Miss Vole get...
Ok. Lo saqué sin querer. Perdón. Vamos a seguir viendo mientras comemos. A ver qué pasa. Ay, qué lindo que está acá. ¡El niño!
Nuevo paquete para que disfrutes de lo mejor.
Oh, lindo.
Panamá, en Curazao. 9 días, 7 noches, 4 estrellas, all inclusive. Aéreo más traslados. Salimos el 24 de junio. Imperdible. Llamamos ya.
Llama ya. Llame ya. Ya. Los nocheros.
Apology for Professor
Ay, esa
McGonagall.
canción me gusta.
That was impressive.
It was unnerving.
I think I owe you an apology myself.
For what?
For doubting you.
The only problem with doubt is not doing something about it. You asked questions, and the answers led you to the truth. In the end, that's all that really matters.
I guess so, but I should have known you had a reason for disappearing, and that it was a good one. I mean, there's no way you could be an evil mastermind.
Why? Am I not smart enough?
I mean, well...
Just kidding. I know I am.
Pero siguen los tres. Creo que eran tres siempre, ¿no?
No, eran más. Creo que eran 4.
Este lo salvan, el de lente. Y lo enfocaban a él. Más. Mira, ya anda ahí.
Un grupo que nos seguimos, tenemos nada, así conoció la Euge. De esta manera, así también hemos ido a pedir colaboración por ahí con